most dangerous mindsets in making money. I should play it safe. A lot of people fall for this trap, guys, because they think, oh, if I play safe, then I will not lose. But the reality, if you don't take risks, guys, you are always automatically on the losing side, because if you don't move, there's no progress. I'll do it when it feels comfortable. Comfort kills progress. So for example, for me, guys, now I'm freezing cold here in this apartment because now I can receive a new studio, a place where I can do creative stuff. I want to create video and I want to be more consistent. So if I will wait for me to be more comfortable, I will wait maybe next year. And then now procrastination starts to come in. And when you procrastinate, you're just pushing away stuff that needs to be done. The next thing, guys, is hard work equals money. But the reality, guys, is hard work doesn't always equals money. Because even though some of the people now, they work very hard, but they don't work smart, you will just end up very tired and no money. The next, guys, I think this is also very popular in the YouTube system right now, that you need multiple sources of income to be able to become free or to be able to make money. But the reality, guys, is you only need one. If you have one, you focus on one, then you can go later to other multiple streams of income. But if you're only starting right now and you want to earn more money, you need to focus on one. Because if you diverse your energy, if you diverse your attention, instead of making that one thing grow and create a huge income, and then later you can build the next one. But if you start like to divide your attention, divide your energy, and then instead of making it grow, it doesn't grow because your attention is everywhere. For example, me, when I started, I invested in real estate. In real estate, you have also risk, but you have also huge upside, and also you have other things that comes in between, like you get also income from rental income, you also get like tax advantages, and you have also capital growth. If you combine those three, it's so strong. But if that time I only focus on stocks or on bonds, and I diversify my income or my savings, so it's going to have a problem, because I can lose all my money in the stocks. In the bond, my money doesn't grow so much. In real estate, it has a balance. It's my personal opinion, okay? If you have passive income from the rental income, so it gives you monthly income every month without thinking so much. But of course, there's also some drawbacks. The drawbacks is you need to be there if your tenant needs you. If they call you, you need to fix something, you need to change something. But it's not every day. This doesn't happen every day. The most challenging is in the beginning, because in the beginning, maybe you buy an apartment that is old and you need to paint it, you need to put new appliances, and then you need to find a tenant. So that process takes some energy, and you need also huge down payment. Usually in the big city where everything is expensive, you need more capital. But generally it's harder to get the first $10,000. That's the problem. If you be able to save 10% to 20% of your income, it will be more easier for you. You will have some space to breathe. And people right now, they don't have actually any savings in the bank account. That's the problem. So when something comes, they go to credit card. So when something comes, they need to work extra hours. When something comes, they need to sell something. When something comes, they need to borrow. It happens to us all. Even me, it happened before. That's why I'm telling you, you need to be smart with your money. But guys, I'm not a financial advisor nor an attorney. I'm just here to share some ideas with you. You can think and ponder. You can reevaluate if it fits you or it doesn't fit you. But for me, I'm just like talking as a friend, because I don't want you later when you're in your 40s, you'll struggle so much, because life is not easy, guys. But if you don't do your job, it will be more harder. But if you do your part, it will become more easier. Right now I'm 40, guys. If I didn't do the things that I need to do when I was around my 20s, around my 30s, it will be very difficult for me, guys, right now. Because something always happens. It can be you got a new family. Oh, you have now a mortgage. You have a car to pay. You have you want to go somewhere. You need to buy this new gadget. You need to you want to have this new clothing. There's a lot of things that money actually can fix. That's why I picked the topic of money. But remember, guys, money is a tool. Okay, you don't need to love money, but it's also not it's also good not to think of not liking money. Liking money, I think, is okay because money is a tool, but loving money is a problem. If you start to love money and it takes over your life, you do some evil things just to get money, and then that's a problem. This next thing also, guys, is very dangerous, guys. Thinking of having the perfect plan. Because the reality, guys, if you have a plan, you need always to adjust it, because sometimes you don't see everything. You have one perspective, but if you go to the other side, you have another perspective, and when you go to the other side, you have another, and then when you go on the top, you have another perspective. So your plan is always changing. So if you wait for the perfect plan, you don't move. And if you don't move, you don't progress. If you don't progress, how can you go to your goal? So it's stopping you. You don't need to have a perfect plan. What you need to do is, okay, I can do this plan. It's not perfect, but I can take the step. From there, you can adjust. I need to maybe do these things, and then you adjust. You always adjust. The plan always changes actually sometimes, but the main goal doesn't change. If your main goal is to make money, that's the main goal. And then the plan changes along the way, because sometimes we don't see everything. We need to adjust. We need to, for example, borrow some money. That's not in your plan, but it will help you buy your first apartment. Okay. But later, your main goal is to pay down the loan so that you'll be free. So it's always changing. You need to adapt with the situation. And the next problem also that I've noticed a lot of people does is waiting for the perfect timing. I'm good. Wait for the perfect timing before I buy my first apartment. I'll wait for the perfect timing before I invest in stocks. I'll wait for the perfect timing before I do these steps. Always waiting. Instead of always waiting, you need to do some steps, guys, because the perfect timing will not come. Even though actually you think it's perfect, when, for example, the real estate is so cheap, you think, oh, I'll wait more because it become more cheaper. The stock is also cheap, and then I'll wait more because maybe it will go down more. This opportunity is not yet fit, maybe I can find more opportunity. But sometimes, guys, you don't have so much opportunity left, that because you throw everything. So, for example, if you invested 10 years ago, your real estate right now will be doubled. But if you wait for the perfect timing, like the perfect timing, like the 2007 crash or the COVID timing or everything like this, you don't know when it will come. And sometimes it's hard to put some action also on that time because there's a lot of fear. Sometimes you think, the market will still crash. I'm waiting for the perfect timing. The perfect timing will not come. What you need to do is invest right now and think the long term, because eventually it will go up again. If it goes down, it will go up again. Looking back before, when I was still young, my mom was into real estate. Everything that time is expensive. But looking backward now, I'm 40, everything actually is cheap on this time. The next thing, guys, I fell from this trap also, is doing everything myself to save money. It's like this: if you do everything by yourself, you have a problem because you don't know everything. If you know everything and you do everything, you're like God, but it's not. You're just human being. And if you want to, for example, if you want to build a house, you need other people to collaborate, to join with you to be able to do that. Because when you build a house, you need a permit, you need an engineer, you need an architect, you need an electrician, you need a plumber, you need a carpenter. Maybe you have some strengths in other things, like maybe you're an electrician, okay, you can do the electricity. And then maybe you have some skills in carpentry. The problem is when you're doing everything by yourself is you are also dividing your energy. instead of focusing on your expertise. Maybe you don't know how to build a house. It's much better to get someone who can build a house. Instead of you learning to build a house, it will take you more time and energy, and maybe you will not do it okay, but it's possible that you can do it okay also. But it's much better if everyone who has mastered their skills collaborate, join together. It will be more nicer, it will be more stronger, it will be more safer. The next problem also I see is a lot of people, I was also one of those people, thinking that I need to be stable first before I fix my money. I need to be stable first before I invest. I need to be stable first before I take the opportunity. That's a big problem, because if you focus on stability, you're not taking risk. If you're not taking risk, you're not growing. Don't get me wrong, stability is important also. It's important when you are already a pensionist. If you don't take some risk and you take it later when you are pensionist, then you're doing it backward. When you're 40, you have a family, you have bills to pay, you have maybe a mortgage, you have a car payment, you have other responsibilities. But when you're in your 20s and your 30s, you need to take more risk. Instead of taking risk, now you are actually losing the battle. You're taking the safe zone. If you take the safe zone, you're not growing, and then when you're not growing, you're actually waiting for the time. Instead of the time helping you, the time now is against you. That's the problem. So this is my video for today, guys. If you enjoyed the video, give a like, and if you're new, you can subscribe to my videos so you won't miss my upcoming videos. See you on my next video. Bye bye.